I moved into this building in the year 2000, in December 2000, and I used to be around the corner. We're in Covent Garden in London. That street over there is Drury Lane, that's the Old Witch, so it's quite a famous part of Covent Garden. Before that, I was above my shop in Floral Street, right near the Royal Opera House, and I moved out of there in December 2000, and it was in a little attic, and it was just full of things and crazy things, just like in here, and I couldn't face moving anything out, so it's still there. So it's a little sort of time capsule over there. It's probably being eaten by mice and moths, but in principle it's still there. So it's got the original iMac, because the designer is a pal of mine, and it's got letters and photographs from all sorts of people, so it's pretty interesting little space if it's not all been eaten. And when I moved in here, it was empty, and I was really bereaved for a while. I really felt empty, so empty. So can you imagine, this was all empty, and this is all developed over the last 12 years. A lot of the things obviously I buy because I travel the world all the time. I just come back from Japan, Australia, Singapore last week, and I often buy things when I'm traveling the world. Great lover of street markets, so I'm always in, if I find the time and I happen to coincide with being in, Italy, in Lucca, or in New York or Los Angeles, wherever, the day there's a street market on, I'll quickly find an hour and run round. I'm very quick. So a lot of the stuff is from markets, but the main thing really is from people who just know that I like interesting and odd things. So a lot of people send me things. So
is there a bit of a competition running with who can attach a stamp to the strangest thing?
Well, as you probably know, for 20 years I've been getting things from an unknown fan from America that has sent me things like football. We just had a big plastic sunflower, a chicken, a boat, surfboard, a bicycle saddle, and they've all arrived to me, but never in a box, always just with the stamps and the address directly on the item. So that's pretty amazing. I'll show you here. That's, for instance, that's the chicken. Then we've got the boat that arrived last Christmas, but they arrived just like that, with nothing attached to them at all.
Do you ever worry what might be next?
So far it's always been really playful, never a letter or any demand at all, so it's really nice, the fact that it's always been. In fact, all the things I get, this is Margot's pile. This is a young lady from Belgium who's been sending me things since she's 16 now. She was 11 when she first sent me things. She always writes really beautiful letters, really handwritten letters. I like this one. It says, "Hello, Mr. Paul Smith. I mean, sir." That's quite funny. And then at Christmas she sent me this, which is a nativity, but it's made from peanuts. That's Mary. Baby Jesus has lost an eye, I'll warn you in advance. It's baby Jesus. The three kings, one king, two kings, three kings. So always pretty interesting stuff arrives. Every day there's always amazing things in the post, and it could come from a 6-year-old or a 82-year-old, a student, or anybody. I mean, just anybody. Just fantastic things just arrive all the time. I think one of the things that's most beautiful and most interesting is that people feel they can write to me, which I think's I love it. I think it's great, because I think there's a lot of people you probably admire, but you don't think you could actually somehow contact them, whereas all this massive amount of strange stuff just comes all the time. Yeah, well, I mean, people know I like quirky things and unusual things, and also I'm quite a good lad, because if there's an address on it, I do really try and make the time to reply. I mean, some slip through the net because there's no address, or because it's just too much comes and it just gets buried, and sadly I don't reply to some, but mostly I reply. I've written 4 or 5 postcards this morning, and I get in at 6 every morning. So first thing I do really is just try and keep up with the with the postcards, which is not that easy, especially at 6 in the morning. Yeah.